Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
It is true. We are live. Can everybody hear me okay? I've had some mic problems today. I just want to make sure. For those of you who didn't see, I just finished up a video. I called it Black Monday. Just wanted to kind of do a follow-up Q&A. So for those of you who didn't get a quick chance to see it, I did a live where I really just did a news-based live. I wanted it to go out quickly, talking about all of the cancellations of reprints, big ones being Captain Rex, the Stormtrooper, Asajj Ventress, Hunter, and Crosshair. So we had over 200 people in here when I ended that. I wanted to keep it short and sweet, but I also want to make sure I give you guys a chance to ask any questions you might have and help you out with whatever I can. And if you're a customer, I can answer your questions or here. So what's up, guys? What is going on? What can I do for you? Do you have any questions about all of this? Yeah, it definitely felt kind of scummy. I don't think it was meant that way. My guess is that it was a way to catch up production. I'm sure that's all it was, but it doesn't feel good when they couldn't plan better, which they'll come out probably and say, if they care, they'll come out and say, well, you catch up production, COVID, but nah. Yeah, the other live's up. It's up as a video now, so I'm going to double check, make sure it's still up there. But yeah, it's up as a video. Yeah, it's getting views, so that was the goal. I wanted to keep that under 10 minutes. Yeah, they're gonna say that they're gonna get it, but they're not taking any pre-orders on it for a reason. Reason being, why would they? They don't need to worry about canceling it. They have a history of that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I don't think Zemo is going to get canceled. In fact, I'm pretty positive he's not, because the initial solicitation of e-tailer orders never went out. So I think that one's safe. I think when you look at things that might get canceled, look at things that initially came out in early 2021. It depends on where it is, and it depends on who owns the product when that happens. If it's canceled like this, they never even started production, so they don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I would recommend picking up that Bad Batch Rex now, because who knows when they're going to get another. I don't know when BBTS is getting the Spider-Man 60th stuff. I can tell you that I have a bunch of it coming in. However, most of it's pre-sold. I will have some future Foundation ones available. Expired pants, get that Bone Crusher. I wish that Spider-Man animated, they give the exclusives to Walmart, because Walmart's in control, apparently. If you can't tell, I'm a little annoyed, so yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely get another Asajj. I think for you guys, I want to tell you, don't use this as a way to go and, like, I know I do value videos because I find it fascinating. Oops, someone just placed an order. I know I do value videos because I find it fascinating, but don't go and place on eBay now and panic buy things because you're worried that you're not going to get a shot to have this figure in your collection. Like, if you're an in-package collector and a completionist, that's one thing. But if you just want to have a Captain Rex or you want to have an Asajj Ventress, don't. There'll be an archive one. Something else will come along. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists who I always rebuke because they say, like, oh, Hasbro, they try to artificially increase demand by lowering supply. These are times that I think maybe there's something to what they're saying. I don't really think that, but maybe. Yeah, McFarlane does it right. I'm sorry, but McFarlane runs his company far better than Hasbro. And I know that might sound crazy coming from me, who really loves the Hasbro product, but that just comes down to licensing. And I like 6-inch figures better than 7. But Toddy Mac does a better job. Sorry, he does. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I had a feeling about 2 weeks ago that the Stormtrooper was going to get canceled because I saw a picture somewhere on a live stream, or it was in the background, maybe at Comic-Con, of a windowless Stormtrooper, and I said, "Oh, they're going to cancel it." You're welcome for the Zemo news. I actually checked yesterday with the distributor for that because only one distributor is getting it, which is Diamond Distribution. They are still on track, they say. So they'll give you like a date and then they'll say 3 months from that date. So you can pretty much always guarantee it's going to be 3 months. So the 3 month day is September 30th. So I'm thinking somewhere end of September we can see it. It's not. It hasn't. This is new. That's why I call it Black Monday. Nothing like this has ever happened where they just come out and say, "Yeah, we're canceling everything." It's basically like a hard reset. I mean, again, Hasbro hasn't. They haven't said a thing. They basically stuck this on Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth's the one who broke the news. That's the only reason I know. In fact, I talked to one of my other distributors today because I have like 200 Captain Rex ordered with him, and guess what? I told them, hey, these are canceled. They're like, no, they're not. I'm like, trust me, they're canceled. So if like even most of the retailers don't know it's canceled yet, but it's canceled. Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. It definitely does. Darth Gautier. Oh, I can't speak English. Anyway, what Age of Apocalypse figures you're looking for? Let me know. I'll tell you if I'm getting any. If it's the first wave, probably not, unless I see them somewhere at a decent price, but that's probably not happening. Yeah, I do think this has a lot to do with that. I think Hasbro is a little bit panicked about what's going on with China and Taiwan, and frankly, they should be. Uh, but this is not the best way to handle it. The best way to handle it would probably have been to not resolicit these things 2 months ago, but like that's kind of putting it back. But the best thing to do would have probably been to limit the supply of what's coming out to get the stuff that's already solicited. Like, I get that you need to keep up with movies, but you don't need to release a bunch of other stuff. Like, get the stuff out is really what it comes down to. Get stuff out. Uh, it's simple as that. Oh my God, Rambo Kittens. You're right. This I should have used that as the title for this. That was the Order 66. They Order 66, the toys. What's up, Sydney, Australia? Yeah. Spinneret is, of course, not one of the early arrivals. It's the only one I'm not getting. Blue Marvel will be here next week. Hasbro moved some of their stuff to Vietnam. They're doing it very quietly. I really wish they moved more to Vietnam because that would lower the cost because right now the import taxes suck. But like Transformers are all made in Vietnam. I don't know if that's like a Tacoma Tommy. I don't know if I'm saying that right thing. I believe I have all of those. I'd have to double check. Next year is the 10th anniversary of the Black Series line. Yeah, well, 10th anniversary. Here you go. Cancel the stuff that you want. Rather than making stuff that we know will sell, here's some crappy carbonized figures. Come on. Like, I noticed that they didn't have to cancel the Halloween figures. Roland, I can't argue with you there. Unfortunately, that's like every company relies on China. Yeah, McFarlane's at the same mercy of the big box mafia, so to say. So, yes, owning a toy store has absolutely impacted what I collected. I buy some from myself, but it's scared. Right now I'm not really buying anything because I gotta honestly, like it's tight. Things are really tight with this situation. Uh Probably. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the symbiote Spider-Man, just based on some of the things I've read. Most of those just haven't hit in one place yet. So I'm not too worried about that, but I've turned them off just to be safe. That's right. I'm going to show up at 6:05. You know it. Oh yeah, 10th anniversary. It's going to be repacks galore. Don't worry. Here's a credit collection. We dipped it in gold for you. Not totally sure what you mean by that question. Thank you. Yeah, the job search is fun. Like I had a job that was great pay in hours, but first of all, it was really tough because I was a training and development professional, but the workforce was like 90% Spanish, and I was not picking up the Spanish, and I just wasn't good because of that. And I hated that I couldn't communicate with anybody. It was tough. Toy Crusaders, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's terrible for like a lot of small stores. It's definitely terrible. Not the Venom multi-packs. I would not be surprised if the movie Venom reprint gets canceled. In fact, I kind of expect the movie Venom reprint and the Carnage reprint. Both of those, I would be shocked if they're not canceled, just the way things are going. Yeah, you would think. But what they'll do is they'll put a little painted coat on it, to quote Bruce Pritchard, and then they'll put it out as a deluxe figure. That's what they do. I'm telling you, all the people who speak so highly of McFarlane toys, I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it. Like I have some complaints, like I wish we got some extra hands with things, but come on. No update on Sandman orders, and in fact, Sandman's one of the figures I'm worried about. This was just a coffee. It wasn't Irish coffee. Don't you worry. If it helps, somebody canceled their Carnage Mathex today that I had for them. So I will probably be using that in a mystery box in the coming days. Carnage Mathex, which is going for like, I think $300 right now. So that would be cool. Do, 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 do. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, Hasbro canceled. Bunch of Black Series figures, a bunch of vintage collection figures, all reprints. Surprise! Just what they do. How does McFarlane do for my store? Pretty terrible. Unfortunately, McFarlane toys do not sell for me. One of the things that sucks is the retailers. If you don't, with McFarlane, if you don't get it, because their distribution's so good, if you don't get it in like really quickly and people are like, oh, I can get this before I see it in Target, they're not going to buy it from you. And because McFarlane's so good at distribution, it's really hard to do anything. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing that that's how they do it. Like some of the renders suck, some are decent, but at least put it like a high res render, I guess. I don't know. Today for me is hate on Hasbro day. There's no doubt about it. Well, the blessing is that it's going to change a timeline on everything. Like every single thing that's coming up, like we're not going to see the 13-month solicits anymore. It's going to be much quicker, which is really tough on stores because it's like, okay, everything's coming in at once, surprise. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think they. Well, that's funny. I was going to say I don't think they'd resolicit that and then cancel it. But hell, at this point, nothing would surprise me. Equin, yes, Hasbro canceled a bunch of reprints. Specifically, they canceled Bad Batch Rex, not Bad Batch Rex, regular Rex, Bad Batch Hunter, Crosshair, Asajj Ventress, to name a few. See the Dark Trooper shipping in places, that blows my mind. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I think the McFarlane Batman figures look really good. I think most McFarlane's funny. It's like you get 11 out of 12 are great, and then you get like one complete dump in every 12 figures or so. My McFarlane issues are like they have occasional things that are just weird. Like I bought a Wonder Woman and her legs look like Play-Doh. Just hang tight. They'll end up getting reissued again. They'll probably be a few dollars more, but it is what it is, you know. For those of you who have them with me right now, I'm offering if you wanted to, if you had like a one of these Bad Batch guys, let me know what you had and I'll trade you. So if you had like a Rex, tell me 2 in stock Black Series you want and I'll send them to you. So basically a 2-for-1 deal. What do you think about the Black Series? I've given up on it at this point due to being reprints. Yeah, the Star Wars team sure don't seem like they care. If they do care, they're really bad at showing it. Hasbro, I'm not hard to contact. I know you like to go to the easy shills for things, but if you really want somebody who can like speak for the fans and also has a business sense, give me a call. I'm not hard to find. Dano, how you doing, brother? The reason they canceled these is because of production. They just can't seem to catch up, is my guess. But they canceled these so they can catch up production and get back onto our normal production schedule and get rid of the 14-month solicits on things. I have some Action Force. The margins are so small that by the time they get here, I barely make anything. So it's not really worth carrying for a small store. I've been scaling back what I carry, actually. At this point, like the things that are home runs for me are Star Wars, Marvel, G.I. Joe to a smaller degree, NECA, and 4 Horsemen. So those are the stuff I'll always carry. Transformers and Power Rangers are close to getting the book, the cut. Wrestling and Funko Pop already got the cut. Now, this is more, hey, we need to catch up and we could, you can only produce so many figures in the factory. They just overcommitted and now they're under delivering. That's awesome. You're getting your Dark Trooper. Yeah, they aren't articulated statues anymore. Yes, I have figurizers behind me. I got them off of Amazon. If you shoot me an email, I'll shoot you a link. Yeah, it is hard for us to make a profit because McFarlane doesn't do direct distribution, so you have to go through a retailer like EE or like BBCW or Diamond Distribution. So basically, you pay $15 for a $20 figure, pay 75 cents to $1 to get it shipped to you. You're looking at a $4 profit if you can sell it. It's not like Hasbro where you're pretty much guaranteed to sell everything as long as you get it on time. But yeah. Oh, they don't like the word shill. I didn't call it. I didn't say anybody's name. Yeah, I got to tell you what. The 40th anniversary Black Series figures, that's like Return of the Jedi. That's what you come up with? Come on. Come on. I doubt they'll do anything like that because they don't have room on the shelves. If you found these figures in the wild at like a toy shop, if they're like up to date on the market, yeah, they'll be pretty pricey, $60, $70. Yeah, so when I was talking to Toddy Mack, I said, Toddy, how much profit can you give me? And he looked at me straight in the eye. Says, yeah, about $350. For those of you that get it, you get it. Oh, Iron Spider. That's a good, by the way, he is, Iron Spider will be here in a few days too. Yeah, that's crappy. Yeah, there's a difference between being a shill and being respectful. And honestly, I don't watch every YouTuber's review, so I can't say it. All right. But I can say that if every single review is positive, then you're a shill. If you have criticism still, you're not a shill. The big ones that you're probably thinking of, I've seen them post some negative videos. So as long as they're willing to say the good with the bad, that's what matters. This is a pretty big blow. Estimation of pre-orders. I don't have a number as far as like orders. I can tell you figures that I have to refund or replace are $125. So yeah, that hurts. It hurts especially because all the stuff that's coming in that I got to pay for right now. I have Dark Troopers coming from one place, so I'm hopeful. They've been pretty good lately. We'll see if they continue. Howard the Duck. You know, I don't mind it because it's better than it being a Build-A-Figure, which like 5 years ago, that's what they would have done. It would have been like a mini Build-A-Figure. Licensing fees are big. There's a reason that the G.I. Joes come with so much stuff and you get so much bang for your buck. It's because Hasbro owns the license. Yeah, it's just disappointing that the mouse has to have such a big cut. The Mouse Mafia. Yes, I'm getting my first 10 cases of Iron Spider in, maybe today or next week. I don't know. Diamond sent me the shipping notification. Let me see how many I've sold. I don't know. I think I've sold most of those 10 cases already. I pre-sold. Iron Spider did okay for me, not as good as the others, which of course I'm not getting the others in. Iron Spider. Yeah, I'll have about 1 or 2 dozen Iron Spiders sometime in the coming days. No word on if it's going to get canceled, but to be honest with you, I'm not super hopeful. Not super hopeful. DB, shoot me an email. V2 Snake Eyes Deluxe ordered. I'm not even sure which Snake Eyes that is. Are we talking like Timber? Or are we talking about the, yeah, I'm kind of confused. I'm guessing the Timber one, you ordered 2. Shoot me an email so I can take care of that. So the Ned 2-packs and some of the Venom 2-packs start going out next week. What reviewers that deliberately attempt to mitigate any negative criticism they have against a figure? Hey, that's for you guys to decide. I'm not going to go and make enemies with these people. But we all know there's some out there. And, you know, when you're trying to grow, I understand. But no, I won't do it. What's up, Greedo? How you doing? Someone with the good catch. Wolverine's fallen over. He actually hasn't fallen. My daughter comes in, and they've been playing with the X-Men figures when she thinks I'm not looking. No word on the Renew Your Vows 2-pack yet. That one, of course, is the most popular one, and it's not coming in yet. I don't think Classified's underwhelming. I think that if I cared more about the source material, that would be my number one thing. I think it's probably the best line they're doing right now. I think they've probably surpassed the Marvel Legends team. And I love them. I think that, everything I'm saying today, to be clear, I think the world of those 3 guys who, of course, Dan, Ryan, and Dwight, I had a name moment. They're great guys. They've been nice to me. They've helped me out with things, and they're open to criticism. That's a great question, why they canceled them. I don't think I'll be getting the Superpowers line. It depends. If it shows up somewhere where I can get it and I think I won't lose money on it, then I will. If you place on a weekday, usually either same day or next day. Anna ships every day. BBTS says they were pushed out. What was pushed out? If you're talking about Rex, nah, they're canceled. They're not pushed out. Yeah, very true. I'll tell you what, though, I would love to see them come out and make some kind of an announcement about, hey, this is official. Because right now, I'm the closest thing anyone's got to an official announcement on these things being canceled. Because Entertainment Earth said, hey, the Hasbro's doing this, and they made all the cancellations, and now here are we. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons for all the cancellations. They're trying to catch up, and I get that, but this ain't the way to do it. Instead, split production. By company, do you mean toy manufacturer, distributor, or toy store? Depends on all three. That is true. And, the amount of tooling that goes into them because they're brand new is quite a bit. Yeah, we all got the notification from EE Distribution. That's how they all know. Most places, like myself, have that ordered in multiple places. The other places haven't canceled it yet, but we all know. I think it would probably be bad overall because then no, I mean, Hasbro needs Marvel and Star Wars needs Hasbro, unfortunately, is where we're at. Yeah, I wish they paid a restocking fee. I actually asked my one manufacturer, hey, since you charge me a cancellation fee when I cancel from you, are you going to do the opposite? I have seen the new DC Multiverse figures. Man Bat, Killer Croc. Man Bat's in stock. I think Croc's out of stock now. Bane is that thing sold like crazy. Deathstroke sold like crazy. I should be getting these in September, and since Toddy's pretty accurate, I feel pretty confident about that. Now, unfortunately, background characters don't sell all that well. Uh, I look at things like the Cantina aliens. They didn't sell that well. There is, there is your truthers who are like, yes, I'm last. But for the most part, random fans aren't buying them. No one's army building them. Makes it hard. Jordan, I'm glad. Thank you for being a customer. I don't know of anybody doing custom capes for figures in Canada. Hasbro's always been relying on somebody for licensing, except for GI Joe. I mean, how long Hasbro hasn't had an original line in God knows how long. They don't even try anymore. They don't try to come up with original lines. Maybe for kids they do. Yes, that Arkham City wave looks awesome. I don't know how Todd's doing it. Todd McFarlane is a gifted logistic person, I guess. He is like the job that his company does in distribution is incredible. I don't know if he made a deal with Satan or what, but he is doing a great job. Nice. That's a big loss for them. The Bath on the Arkham Wave, it's Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. I think one of the reasons Transformers don't sell super well for me is because I don't do very many videos on, well, none. I've never done a video on Transformers because I don't know that much about them. I do want to do a best of, like an all-time best Transformers video, but I'm going to have to consult like you guys for that because I don't know what the best Transformers are. Yeah, like I'm not going to lie, if I kind of want to go work for McFarlane Toys now. Uh, like they're just doing a great job. Nice. Welcome. More Transformers toys. Hooray. Yeah, vintage collection sells pretty well for me. I have a lot of near mint vintage collection, unfortunately, that don't sell, which stinks because, like, on average, 25% of what comes in is not mint. Jordan, hit me up in an email. I probably won't get back to you right away because the next 2 weeks are going to be nuts dealing with the fallout of this issue. But I would love to have help with that. Oh, that's a great question. So I do follow wrestling today very, very scarcely. But with the Vince McMahon news, like I was waiting for that. I thought I was going to have to wait a lot longer for Vince to be gone. And now I'm really following. I did cut the cord and cut out cable to save some cash, but I read and listen to Twitter, so I know what's going on. I'm really excited about the direction the WWE's heading. AEW's AEW. Like, to me, they're just WCW light. And a lot of AEW truthers will get on me, and I enjoy watching it, don't get me wrong. Some of the stuff they've done has been great, but it's second rate to me, unfortunately. That's sitting in my to-do list. My to-do list, I actually don't have any videos filmed right now. I need to film them. Candidly, I've been going through some stuff depression-wise, so I haven't been able to film. One of the reasons I'm on here now is being up and live is one of the things that really brings me back to life. I do indeed have a scalper back in stock as of this morning. I mean, that makes sense why they get things done so quickly, but just because you're smaller doesn't mean you should be better, if that makes any sense. That's like saying, well, Amazon does everything, so of course they're not the fastest at this. Like, Amazon's a book company, so of course they're not going to have the best streaming. It's kind of like, it makes sense, but it's still a bad excuse. That's the word. They're going more attitude era. They haven't really yet, but like things like the banned word list is slowly being listed. So like that, you weren't allowed to say words like wrestler, and now you can. It's great. I really can't wait to see. I'm hoping that Cody is a Triple H guy and that he's not going to get buried. Like I'm kind of worried he was a Vince guy, but we'll see. If you can get a good price on the Batman '89 SH figure arts, man, go for it. I wouldn't add anything right now just because the market's so volatile. If I added anything, it wouldn't be that. It would probably be something like, I'm honestly looking more towards cards, whether it's both sports cards, which I know is not related to Nerdzoic, I just enjoy it, but Magic, Pokemon, that type of thing. I do have some Magic ordered for the store. Straight out of the basement. You still in here? How you guys doing? I'm pretty sure he does too. Like, that is one thing I will say. McFarlane has the, we'll call it the ability to keep things under wraps because they're a smaller company. Alec, bingo. A little bit of an oxymoron there. Hey, I'm glad you like the MLC Facebook group. That's a great group of guys there. I have not tried stop motion because I have zero patience. Mostly adult collectors, like basically my demographics mirror me. It's mostly middle-aged men. That's some good pickups. I really like the Martian Manhunter. Do, do, do. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I'm reading emails as I go. NECA Godzilla, that's something I would do. Basically, I buy NECA as it comes out now. NECA's, they're hit and miss sometimes to deal with, but they have a good product for a very good price. So I'm able to offer it at the same price as the big guys and still make enough money for it to be worth my while. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they jack the prices again at the rate we're going. I think they see the secondary market prices and they say, ha, look what people are willing to pay, which is a mistake. So it depends on the company. Some companies have what's called a MAP price, which is a minimum advertised price, and you're only allowed to sell it for a certain price. So like Four Horsemen does that. They have a price that you can't go below. Mezco, same deal. Storm Collectibles, I don't know that much about. That's true. They do. I mean, Hasbro, when you look at it, I don't think I know that their licensed properties are, I don't want to say a fraction of their overall income, but it's not half. It's less than half. I think it's probably close to 30%. So they have a lot of other things going with it. The other thing that Hasbro has as a issue with their distribution is they, like, when you're dealing with things with properties, they have to go through the mouse for everything, which is a headache. I'm guessing that for Todd, sounds like, just by the look of things, like he's all over the place with, like, we got an old comic line, a new comic line. Like he's just making things. Like I don't know that yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he has much discretion on top of him about what he's allowed to make and what he's not allowed to make, if you know what I mean. I think that I think the Godzilla is Japanese or Chinese exclusive. I think I heard that because I think I tried to get some back when I was not really worried about cash flow. I was like, let's add every toy line under the sun. But now I really want to focus on just the big ones. That makes sense. I'm not surprised to hear that it's preschool and toddler toys. And you got to think, like, there's no royalties in most of that stuff. And a lot of the stuff like Play-Doh, I think they own the rights to that. Mr. Potato Head, same deal. All right, I'm loving Todd today, but I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm ready to call him the Tom Brady of toys yet. He's pretty good. Maybe like the Joe Montana. Yeah, depends on what you're talking about. Like a lot of legends are starting to ship pretty heavily now. Like Bonebreaker was last month. This month we got controllers. All the controller figures will be this month, next week for me actually. So yeah, I don't think we're at a saturation point. I think we're at a market saturation point where it's not so much that people don't want to collect this stuff. With the economy being where it is, and we are in a recession, with that being the situation, we are I'm seeing a lot less people, myself included, with the money to say, hey, I'm going to spend this on a toy. When you have to spend an extra $30 to fill up your gas tank, it's kind of hard to do. It's good to see someone on the GI Joe team went and said that about reissues. GI Joe team, I think a lot of. I think Emily and Lenny both do an incredible job. I don't know if Todd has the skeletons in his closet that Pete Rose has. It's worth a try because here's the thing: with somewhere like BBTS, they probably have like 100 Cad Banes sitting in a warehouse, and they're all in somebody's pre-order bin or pile of loot. And that's my guess, is they probably have it somewhere. But like if someone cancels, if they cancel or they return a pile of loot, it could be you. But they're not getting more. The economy's great. Yeah, it's great. All right. I got to tell you, I have been playing devil's advocate for Hasbro for about a year and saying, hey, it's okay that their prices are going up. They were underpriced. And I did think that, like, they were at that $20 price point for a long time. But not only did they just go from 20 to 25, they also went and added in all these like random deluxe figures that aren't deluxe figures for 35. They also added in somewhere in the middle figures for 27. Uh, it doesn't really make sense. Like, pick and choose your battles. One of the ways they kept costs down was by doing the reprints and the repaints. Well, if you're not doing that, that's going to raise your costs. Yeah, shipping's been crazy. Stroburn, send me an email right away so I can get that process for you before I run out of those. Yes and no. So I can tell you that for me, I try to address scalping by not letting things go out in gigantic bunches, because I don't want to sell 30 of one figure to one person, because first off, I lose a ton of money in the shipping and it's not fair and it doesn't help me grow. Retailers are actually at a disadvantage from scalpers like me, because the scalper is going to scalp. If I get something in first and they think they can make money on it, they're going to find a way to get them from me. If they need to, they'll place 5 separate orders if I put a max order on there. They'll find a way to get around it. So it's really hard. When in reality, you might think like, oh yeah, the retailer doesn't care as long as it gets sold. To a certain degree, sure. For things that aren't moving, yeah, I'd love for a scalper to come in and buy out some old inventory, but they're not going to, obviously. But for things that are going to attract me new customers, like if I get something that's hot, I don't want a scalper to buy it, because that's one customer that I probably already had versus 10 new customers. Soto Shredder. What the heck is a Soto Shredder? Is that the one I have in stock? I have the one. That's all I'm getting. I think I'm getting a Secret of the Ooze. Oh, that's what that is. I do expect to be getting Secret of the Ooze Shredders. I don't know for sure, though. That sounds like an interesting story. I don't know much about Magic to comment one way or the other, I got to tell you. I don't know. It's almost like they're misinformed. In some ways, like with the Rancor, I thought they were trying too hard. Like, they put a lot of money and a lot of thought into that Rancor, and the paint, it looked pretty incredible in my opinion. But they didn't read the market correctly. I put a video about this last year. But yeah, they didn't read the market at all. They didn't read what the people wanted. I don't think they're connected enough with the fans. I think they like, okay, we're going to do whatever corporate makes us do with all the different fan communities. I don't think they're enough in the community to understand what people want, is really what it comes down to. Now, the lightsaber, I don't know what the hell that was. That was just, whose decision was that? Yeah, I'm going to continue with G.I. Joe Classifieds. Power Rangers and Transformers are on the potential chopping block. That's a great example. Like, they just took Figure and Dan and added some accessories and said, here you go, $39. Yeah, that Black Chrysanthemum figure pissed me off because, I pre-order blind hoping that, okay, well, I'm going to place the minimum, and then it's Black Chrysanthemum. Like, what the hell? And then it's basically just Chewbacca with some wash on it. It looks terrible. And, I try not to trash it too much because there are people who liked it because they wanted a comic Black Chrysanthemum. And it does look like the comic book version, but it's not the version we wanted. Danny, YouTube channel came first. The toy store was like hey, this YouTube channel is doing pretty good. How can I find a way to someday turn it into a retirement? I don't know if that day's ever going to come. I'll probably die on this microphone, but if I can only have to work the toy store, that'd be nice. That's insane. I think I'm going to I'll be at RetroCon in Philly in the end of September, and I think I'm going to break that place because I got a feeling everybody's going to show up there scalping crap, and I'm going to show up with my normal retail prices, and everyone's going to be like, oh my God, this guy's got stuff so much cheaper. I got a feeling it's going to be interesting. Favorite WW Elite are all my Hogans, which you can't see. They're in the top up here of your screen. My Hogans are my favorite, and I have some of the Storms too. The Rancor was, I think you could have gotten away with the price if you would have had better tiers. As soon as you threw in the damn cardboard, it was done. Someone's ringing my doorbell like crazy. That's helpful. James, email me. So if you didn't see, my offer is this. Either I can refund your card directly, I can send you replacements. If you get replacements, I'm doing 2 for 1 of anything in stock. Or if there's nothing in stock you want, I can give you store credit with a free shipping coupon. So I'm giving you 3 options. Let me know what you want to do. They put up new Captain Rex pre-orders today. I don't think that's legit. If they did, then I'm like I got to see that because that would make me incredibly angry if for some reason they were able to get them. I don't think that's happening, but it would make me the angriest person in the world. Like if Hasbro said, we're just going to give it to these guys. But I don't think they would. I think they give it to themselves if they did that. He's sold out. I'm guessing that maybe someone canceled one of their pre-orders and he showed up as pre-order available. That's my only guess. Always a chance I'll get the Walgreens figures. So I have some distributors that I deal with that get this stuff. I don't know how. And when they do, it's easy. I just pick it up, but I don't ever get to pre-order it. Landspeeder Luke, what's up, brother? It depends on how it's packed. Usually it's 3 to 4 cases. So if it's an assortment, no problem. Like Star Wars assortments, I used to get 25 at a time. I've actually lowered that and I spread it out because now I wait and see who gets it first and I try to get it quicker. And then I kind of buy them as I go just so I can make sure I don't overbuy. But so figures that are single pack, those are where it's tough. So like Black Chrysanthemum, the minimum order was 24 from my primary distributor. Luckily, I got it from a secondary distributor where I only had to buy a case, but it still sucks. I'm never going to sell a couple of those. I still got Motor Master for anyone looking for them. I also have the big Titan class in stock. Yeah, Jedi Luke should have been the first stretch goal. The Rancor Keeper should have been in there. They should have, yeah, they messed that up. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with the Darth Revan lightsaber was today. I didn't even put it up on my store. I'm like, am I even going to bother with this? No, I never bought an Empire Strikes Back at someday. This is going to sound incredibly like I'm trying to put someone's dream down, but I wouldn't do it. Like if I could go back in time, I would have started buying people's collections and being a reseller like that, not buying direct from the manufacturer because the game sucks. Like it's not a great business model. The only reason I think I'm succeeding is because of YouTube. If I didn't have YouTube, how would I grow? If I didn't have like my social media following, that's the only reason that I've been successful. And I want to warn anybody, like it's hard because you're not going to get a loan. You're going to have to use your own money, and it's scary. It's real scary. Like I put for the entire Nerdzoic business like 20 grand total into it over the years. I've taken back out 6. So that means I'm negative 11 grand in what I've made here. Now there's money in the business bank account, obviously, a lot of it, but I don't take money out of there because you need cash flow. Yeah, that's interesting. I think they're just blowing it up out their butts. I don't think that's happening. Yeah, the Hasbro Fortnite figures are nice, but I just can't see anyone caring about them. Not something I want to do. Yeah, I still got some arcs left. So if you want them, get them. Those Fordos. Woo, I think I probably sold like 600 or 700 of those. Yes, I do sell Studio Series. Quite a few in stock, even some older ones. Yes, I do see scalpers at my store. I mean, if you want to get new customers, you should care because I'd rather see 10 people buy a new figure than one person buy 10 because that's 10 customers I made happy versus one. I understand what they're doing. And to quote Vito Corleone, listen, I don't begrudge how a man makes his living, but still. Biggest peg warmer I've ever stocked. Hmm. I don't know. I have a lot of things that aren't moving. Probably Dormammu, actually. The FX Sabers, I've only sold one so far, so I don't. One of the things I decided recently is that I'm not Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not Dorkside Toys. I'm not going to get every single thing that comes out and put it on the store. I'm not going to take things that I think are garbage and put them on the store. Like I didn't put Ray's lightsaber on the store for a reason. I thought that was way overpriced. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I put Darth Vader's up there. You notice I didn't put the Revan one because I don't trust them right now. But yeah, you said it, but you're right. If you're asking about inventory, $120,000 in stock right now, somewhere like that, something like that. Don't be showing up at the house tonight. I'll have Iron Spider, Ned, and Future Foundation. What's a series of toys from a company you want to carry but are just a little too expensive to carry? Easy. SH Figure Arts. I would love to carry them, but they make it impossible. And they shall be without Hunter forever. Well, until they end up with an archive. You know the archive's coming. Did you like Obi-Wan and TBOB Book of Boba Fett series, and do you think the IP of Star Wars will wind down if so? I think the IP of Star Wars should wind down so that it's not oversaturated, right? But I loved Obi-Wan, and I know that a lot of my friends were like, that was so stupid. I can't believe you loved it. You're such a mark. But here's the thing. You could have showed me Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan like Seinfeld, where it's a show about nothing, and I would have loved it. Book of Boba Fett was okay. It wasn't great. It was borderline good. It kind of reminded me, and this is the second Godfather reference in 10 minutes. It kind of reminded me of the first Godfather movie. So in the first Godfather movie, like Vito Corleone is this reputation, this crazy guy. Everybody respects and fears him, but he had lost a step and another gang moved in. This is about Boba Fett losing a step. Yeah, Darren, not a problem. So Hasbro didn't announce it. They let one of their number one distributor announce on Monday that they had canceled all of their major restocks that were coming, including Captain Rex in the red box, Hunter, Crosshair, Stormtrooper, Asajj Ventress, and a handful of vintage collection figures. I put the full list in a quick 9-minute live video that's easily digestible. But yeah, it stinks. Yeah, I'm surprised that the ARC Troopers are still up too, to be honest with you. I got a feeling that when I take those to that convention, they ain't going to be there long. Everyone keeps telling me about this new Prey movie, but I haven't watched it yet. What I might have to watch that. I believe so. Hasbro. This is such a loaded question. Do I believe that Hasbro cares about fans? So I believe that Hasbro isn't a person. Hasbro is a conglomerate, a board of directors who cares about stockholders, which is, that is what it is. That's what they're going to do. But I think that the marketing teams and the people who work at Hasbro, when I think about people like Emily, right, from G.I. Joe, Emily and Lenny, I think about Dan, Ryan, and Dwight. Yes, I don't think they care about their fans. Like, I'm a pretty darn good judge of character. They care. They really do care about people. But as a company, no company cares about people. They care about profits. That's just, it is what it is. Yeah, Cobb Vanth should be here next month. I called and raised hell about that today, that he's not here yet. Yeah, I think having Hasbro Pulse is competing, and it's kind of crappy. I'm not a huge fan of it. Big Nerdy, I got a question. If Star Wars Black Series comes out with a Kenobi Obi-Wan, how would you feel it would affect? They have an Obi-Wan Kenobi series Obi-Wan. He was a great seller. I think they're going to just slowly add in more of these Infinity, like the older characters in random waves, kind of like they did with Jimmy Woo, which I'm so excited to get my Jimmy Woo figure. Yeah, Mike, you said it. Like, you can't watch the Dwight, Ryan, Dan, Lenny, Emily crew. You can't watch them and not feel the fact that they care about the fans. The Star Wars team, I'm not saying they don't care about their fans, but they are ambivalent almost, is what they come across as. Nothing at the convention that's not on the site, probably. Dun dun dun. Might be selling some pieces of my old collection. We'll see. They only had 2 booths available, so I only got so much space. Yeah, it really does. It makes it like, hey, why bother? Hasbro Pulse exists, but Hasbro Pulse gets things last. They pack things like crap, and they have bad distribution. What would you rather deal with? Like, if you buy from me, it's getting packed out of my basement by my wife. It's not a mystery. And I don't ever plan to grow to the point where I have a gigantic warehouse. I want to have a mom and pop business. I like to have a store, but not a warehouse. I don't think they can do anything great. I have never watched the Transformers live. I'll take your word on it, so I can't say one way or the other. Craven, you said it, man. Their job is to sell the product. There's a lot of other people waiting who would love to take their jobs, I'm sure. I might be one of them. But yeah, like, their job is to sell the product. Lord of the Rings in a 6-inch line would be interesting. It's just hard because Toy Biz did it back in the day. I was a inbox collector then, and I had a lot of them, especially from Fellowship of the Ring. I just don't know that they were worth that the property can do it. Like, Diamond Select just did it. They had great face sculpts, terrible bodies. So who knows? Dying for some Whiplash, are you? I'm surprised we haven't gotten Whiplash because it's a cool figure. I'm not surprised we haven't gotten the Dark Elves or any of them because they're just not great looking figures. Wheels of Chaotic Doom, you said it. I did not see that Jesse got a figure in Lord of the Rings. Baron Zemo. So he is supposed to be here anywhere between June 31st and September 30th. So I would lean towards the latter side, knowing Hasbro. I do. I think that I think it's better for people like me if it goes all online. But with prices going up, peg warmers being a thing, and the fact that gas prices are awful, doing any sort of toy run sucks now. Like, toy runs aren't worth it. Like, people say, Matt, I would love to buy more from you, but it's $9 for shipping. How much do you think you're paying in gas going to Target to 30 Targets to find something? Chadwick, I hope we meet up sometime too. If you're on the East Coast, I'm sure we will. Star Wars Black Series is definitely struggling. It needs a shot in the leg. Now, their last couple waves have been pretty good. The problem with it is they have these great waves of new figures, but then they fill it in with a bunch of crap. Credit collection, the Halloween figures, which I'm sure they're for somebody, but it really annoys the people who want more. I'll be honest, I have never been a huge fan of any of the Super 7 toys because it's like, hey, look, it's the same figure you had as a kid, just not as just, for 5 times as much. Tom, your kid's starting college tomorrow. That's so exciting. Congratulations. Hasbro has stuff that kids supposedly can afford, but yeah. I mean, my kids work for toys. Luke just bought the Doctor Strange movie figure because he wanted a Doctor Strange in his collection. The solicitation, I don't believe a sale. You're right. They probably don't. I could tell you I do because you're my customers. Without you, I'm nothing. So, I mean, there's that. Yeah, Walmart's terrible about it. Whenever I can get a Walmart exclusive, I know it's going to sell. Too many troopers, but those troopers sell, baby. Oh, the action figure market is anything but stagnant right now. Figures are coming out like crazy. They're just not hitting stores, but they're coming out like crazy. And people who pre-ordered stuff are getting pounded. Like, check your credit card statements for those of you who don't pay up front. I charge up front because I think that you should be able to budget it better. Also, it makes more sense as a small business. But yeah, I don't know how we don't have a Droidica or Super Battle Droid, without a doubt. Glad to see your gas prices are going down. They need to go down a lot quicker for me to be happy. Roland, so are NECA figures. Like, whenever people are like, oh, I like the Super 7 over the cartoon NECA line, the only thing the Super 7 has over them is the distribution. It's like, hey, look, would you like something with less accessories, less detail for $20 more? Cancellations suck. They hurt they hurt toy collectors, and they really hurt small retailers. That's my word. Am I going to Wrestle Bash? For a minute, Kyle, I thought you were asking me if I was going to be wrestling at Wrestle Bash. I could use it. Like, I have a lot of aggression I need to work out. I could really use a good old match. I hope that's a joke. I really hope that's a joke. If I made a HasLab Ghost Rider, it would automatically be the old school Johnny Man. I love Masters of the Universe, and I love what they're doing with it. I'd carry it if I could afford to, but their pricing and their margin can't do it. Did you like the Jack specific figures? So I collected them for a hot minute. I felt like they were way oversaturated, kind of like the Elite figures are now. But I thought Classic Superstars that they did was incredible. Yeah, I could totally use a punching bag. There's no doubt about it. Well, yeah, they're not making anything for original trilogy. I'm surprised they're not making more, to be honest. I think it just comes down to like, hey, you can only make this many new figures a year. They just, what else? They're not going to make. They can only make like the figures that are like C-level characters. They can only afford to make so many a year. Yeah, so Future Foundation, half the people who ordered Venom and Null are getting theirs next week. Iron Spider will be going out next week. And what's that other one? Oh, Ned and Peter. Yeah, I don't think any of us change our dates, Mike. I just leave the dates as whatever they are. I mean, the dates are a joke at this point. Hasbro knows that they Hasbro knows that they don't even like. They're like, yeah, let's just pick a date. How about Mocktember? Well, that's not a real month. Yes, Reva's doing pretty good. Reva and the fourth, I can't get their numbers right. The brother, they're both doing very good. That whole wave did really well, except for Leia. Leia never does well, which is why you have to limit how many full waves you buy. No update on Miles Morales or Symbiote Spider pre-orders. I am somewhat worried about the Miles Morales because that would be up their alley to cancel something like that, but we'll see. Symbiote Spider-Man, I don't think they're going to cancel. Rhino definitely not getting canceled. In fact, I already got most of my pre-orders out. The rest should be going out soon. Yeah, Boba Fett, like as much as everyone hates on how much they make of him, he's like gold. You get him in and he sells. He's a evergreen figure. Or as Vince McMahon would say, he's good for business. A lot of people watch my stream that I did with the news, looking to see. It's interesting to see comments. A lot of people asking me if they have a dork side or what a big bad pre-order of Rex if it's going to get canceled. I can't answer that for you. Obviously, I don't work for them, but I can tell you that everything I'm told from good sources is that the production is canceled. That means unless they have some sitting in their warehouse or they're able to acquire some from a secondary place, I don't expect them to get done. Unless, of course, all of our anger forces Hasbro to rethink this. I really enjoy the Ultimate Edition, the Ultimate line from Mattel. The pricing's a little rough. Like they started off at $30. Now they're up to like 32, 33. It's rough. Can't Kill Chewy. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? I didn't even know about the whole rights situation. So I don't know if they're being passive aggressive. They seem like they're all in on the line. I'll eventually get Bats and Alley Vipers in stock. I have like 1 million ordered, but I also have like 500,000 that is like on back order. Beneficial. It's always better for store credit because when I do the refund, I have to refund and pay another transaction fee with the credit card company, which is why I have to charge a cancellation fee. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Can't Kill Chewy. Did you see all the cancellations? Oh, I know you did. I saw it on your. I saw it. You were pretty quick about that. Right at like 20 minutes after I got the email cancellation, you had it up on your Instagram. Mr. Action Figure writes, if Hasbro or any toy company made more updated Star Wars animated series figures, from 2008. How do you think it would? Are you talking about the Clone Wars? 257 in the room right now, guys. Just a moment. I'll explain why, but 257 is a very significant number to me. 257 is my dad's lucky number. And today would have been his 67th birthday. So it's kind of cool to see that just pop up. Makes me think he's here. Let's see. Yep, Cad Bane got canceled too. Cad Bane was also on the chopping block, baby. Yeah, Hasbro does like to make it hard to support them sometimes. They really do. Oh. Yeah, they're going to send emails. I don't think they're going to get them. It's kind of disappointing that they're not going to. I mean, frankly, if they get them, then it's a huge slap in the face to everybody else if Big Bad Toy Store got them and nobody else did. But that's not usually Hasbro's thing. Well, they'll allocate them. All right, it's time for me to check the score of the Phillies game. Last I checked, it was 0-0. Oh, the Phillies lost 1-0. Ouch, that hurts. Offense was doing good. That hurts bad. 257 again. Love it. Yeah, they got a lot of money yesterday. They weren't worried about money yesterday when everyone got charged to their HasLab. Summary of everything that's been canceled. Sure. So, Black Series. Here we go. We got Cad Bane, the Bad Batch Crosshair, Bad Batch Hunter, Asajj Ventress, Stormtrooper, Captain Rex, Vintage Collection Battle Droid, Vintage Collection Armorer, Vintage Collection Captain Rex, Vintage Collection Royal Guard, Vintage Collection ARC Trooper Echo, Vintage Collection Mandalorian Beskar, Vintage Collection Boba Fett, and Vintage Collection Mandalore Ahsoka. And I'll tell you one more, guys, that no one's talking about because I don't think anyone knows it's canceled. It's actually, if you don't have the Mandalorian and Beskar armor, I have enough to fulfill my pre-orders. Thanks for other people sharing with me, so I have enough. But yeah, all of the they're not going to be making any more of that Mando Beskar, the previous one. So it is in stock at other stores. So if you don't have it and you were thinking about getting it, now's the time. Sorry, brother. I love Bryce. He fit right in with the Philly fanatic. Yeah, they probably don't. And, in retrospect, part of me is like, why did I decide to go into this business model where I'm at the whims of somebody else? It's definitely something I think about regularly now after this. So, yeah, check out the Hasbro Breaks Heart video I put up. That explains everything in a short, digestible way. So for those of you just joining, if you have any of those figures pre-ordered with me, I need to get it, I got your money. So a couple ways we could fix this. I can refund you, or to make it up to you, other options I'm doing for a limited time. If you get back to me, I can get you a 2-for-1 of any in-stock Black Series figure. If you want a Legends or something, I'm cool with that. Something of equal value-ish within $1 or $2. Or if you don't see anything in stock you want, let me know, and I'll get you a store credit. But since you're doing store credit, I'll give you a free shipping code that you can use to get something else, or you can use the free shipping code on a pre-order, so you're saving some serious cash. That's right. Mando Black Series Beskar. Will I close up shop? Probably not. It's definitely a bit of an awakening for me that this is never going to be like a gigantic business. Like I'm never going to be like Dorkside or Big Bad. And frankly, I don't know that I want to because of the volatility. I don't think I want to rely on that. I like that it's a piece of the income stream of the Nerdzoic business as a whole. means I'm probably going to focus a little bit more on letting Anna run the toy store and me running the channel more, and focus on producing great content. And I've talked about a podcast that I can hopefully do soon. I thought about starting a totally separate business in video editing. I haven't decided yet if I have the capacity mentally to do it, but we'll see. Kyle, reach out to me is the easiest way. Everybody who sees this is going to get the first crack at what's in stock. When I get off of this, I'm going to start going out and making the exchanges. Yeah, Big Bad did start off small, but they were able to, they made savvy business decisions, and they were able to really build their footing and get a strong footing in. So they do a great job. I think the world of them. Yeah, toy margins are terrible. Now, that said, there's a reason you see a lot of mom and pop stores not selling Hasbro. Hasbro toy margins suck. But I will be doing, I think a lot of Four Horsemen, I think a lot of NECA, because they have margins. They price their things in a way that you can actually make enough money to survive off of. Whatever happened to Brian's Toys? See, there's a great example. They used to be a wholesale, like they would sell things straight from Hasbro. They got sick of it, I guess, because now all they do is sell secondhand product. They buy collections and resell it. And that might be where I end up going. Like I might end up going someday to that model. We'll see. Beauty of gaming. This is a great question. Is there an updated list of anything? No, that's the thing that really frustrates me. They have not done anything to go out and tell us, hey, here's the updated dates. Like, how can people budget like that? Now, again, I charge up front, so you don't have to worry about budgeting. You just pay for it when you do it. But yeah, you can't live like this. So now we don't know. Basically, I would say everything that's supposed to be out next year is going to come out this year. That's my guess, which is going to be hard. Oh, Michael Traverso with the gigantic super chat. Thank you, Michael. I feel bad for you. That flood sucks. I appreciate you, brother. I really do. I can't tell you enough. That means the world to me. Margins with McFarlane product also suck. Juggernaut Colossus 2-pack. It's one of those things where they're not making reprints. So, and you could say it's scalping, but here's the thing. You don't ever complain when somebody has to discount something, but so they have to make up that money somewhere to pay the bills. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Which Ninja Turtle toys are you thinking? I think the Darth Jar Jar theories are hilarious, but no, I don't think they're true. Yeah, I would expect the Darth Maul wave, which is wave 9, probably November. That's a good guess, the way things are going. Yeah, that's what sucks. You have stuff coming in slowly and then boom, all at once. It probably is, which is a shady business tactic, which is why you should pay for your pre-orders up front. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I've always paid with PayPal so I could pay for my pre-orders up front so that I don't have the surprise. In fact, recently I did I ordered something from Hasbro Pulse, one of their exclusives for my own collection, and I didn't really want it. Oh, it was Power of the Force Luke when it first came out. It was a complete like impulse purchase, and before you know it, boom, they charged it. I didn't get a chance. I forgot I even ordered it. If I would have like really thought about the money I was putting out, I wouldn't have bought it. So when you pre-order without paying up front, you're not really thinking about it a lot of the time. Yeah, I'm getting Null and Venom. Well, I'm getting 20 of them. So a small allotment of what I'm getting next week. Yeah, the pre-order model is interesting. Like I do it, obviously. Like I take money up front, and that it's operating capital. I would not have been able to grow so quick without the pre-order model. But you know, and a lot of big companies do it too. It's not like it's a small thing. Like you look at people like Four Horsemen, NECA, they pre-order and take payment before production. And I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a great way for a small business to compete. Top of my head, I can't think of anything I really like to come out. That's a tough one. No, there's pre-orders left, but I won't be getting enough to fulfill any more than what I already have right now. Yeah, I understand if you're done pre-ordering, but then you kind of set the danger of, well, when it comes in stock, am I going to be quick enough? You know, it's like the devil, damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. That's why I try to tell people when things are coming in stock soon so that they can pre-order things like a week before they come out. Like right now, for anybody who wants the Marvel Legends controller Bathwave, all of those figures will be in stock late next week. They're shipping to me probably Friday, so they'll be in stock late next week. So if you wanted that, if you pre-order that this week, you get it next week. So yeah. James, that's smart. That's the way to do it. Keith, I'm glad another person agrees with me on the pay up front. I have a bunch of Masters of the Universe pre-orders arriving in September, and that's going to hurt. Yeah, they hurt. It hurts when it happens. Old friend John Kaufman's in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Hey, next time you're in town, let me know. I live around the corner from your parents now. I went for a walk the other day, and I'm like, hey, I know this house. It's hard to know what's coming and going, though, guys, if they're not giving us dates. Like with Toddy Mac, you can set your clock to it. With Big Bad Hasbro, not so much. Which it's the time of day where I do my let's check and see what's coming in places. See if anything new has come in. I've been trying to keep an eye out to see if any of my exclusive dealers where I'm able to get stuff, if any of them show up with any of the retro carded G.I. Joes. Haven't seen them yet, but if they show up, I'll be jumping on them because I know that you guys couldn't get them in decent shape thanks to the awesome shipping of Walmart's team. So if I get an opportunity to get some, I definitely will. By the way, speaking of G.I. Joe exclusives, I was able to get some of the, I got a few, I don't know how popular they'll be, of the retro collection Hiss tanks. So if you're starved for a Hiss tank and need a Hiss tank today, I got you covered. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, though. From a business standpoint, I would love to drive some ad revenue because ad revenue would cure all. Like it would allow me to keep my prices low to be competitive, maybe even offer better shipping deals. It would be nice. Like the ad money I get from YouTube is minimal. You can make much more from pods if you get 5,000 downloads an episode, which I mean, I get 15,000 views a video. So I think it's doable. We'll see. Hey, I'm always down for a crossover, buddy. If only McFarlane with left, they do have long legs. Good in the woman, not good in the figure. I'm surprised to hear anything got postponed. That stuff's starting to come in. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I miss watching pay-per-views with you. Gee, I haven't seen any classified drop early. Hey, Captain Rex is here, and he got canceled, and he's here anyway. Look at that. Turtles and Time figures got, initially they said they weren't going to do anymore, but the demand was so high that they put them into production, but they're not going to be here till late in the year. I do sell Power Rangers. In fact, right now I have 3 of the original Mighty Morphins in stock, red, yellow, and pink. What would my vision of the Star Wars line be? That's a great question. So I would probably split it into sublines. You'd have the main line, which is where you get all your new figures, no repacks. You'd have the archive line, which is just repacks, a chance for people to get figures that they missed out on before, or a chance to army build. Then I'd have like a specialty line that is what you do with your Walmarts of the world. Give them the credit collection stuff. That's where you do like holiday figures, because I do think there's a world for holiday figures. I just think that they've been doing a bad job with them. Like I would love more like Santa Yodas and Christmas things. I'd also probably do more promotions, like something to collect card backs and redeem, like redeemables is a great way to do it. Build-A-Figures never seem to catch on in Star Wars. Like they tried Build-A-Droid, it never worked out. But I think that if you could do something with redemptions to drive, like basically the thing that really hurts Black Series is you don't have anything to drive the sales of lesser known characters. So not necessarily lesser known, but lesser desires. So like let's take Dr. Evazan and Ponta Baba. Those things are peg warming now in a lot of places. So yeah, something to think about. Oh, I would absolutely consider selling it if it got big enough. The problem is, I don't know that anybody would buy it for the value it's worth because I don't come with it, and I am the face of it. Guys, we're coming up on an hour and a half. Oh, I was gonna wind down, but here comes the super chat. Hey Matt, I keep flipping back and forth between your stream and David. Hey, David displays model behaviors on right now. What's he doing? What's he doing? I should go invade his chat. I love that guy. He's a good fella, as they say, as the kids say. Do 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 do. I lost my page. There I am. That's true. I wouldn't work for it anymore, though. If I sold the company, like I would absolutely. If someone came into me today and said, "Hey, we'll buy the brand Nerd Zoic along with everything, all your inventory for X amount," yeah, I'd probably sell it, and then I'd start a different channel. It'll just be Big Nerdy, the Big Nerdy channel. So yeah, I would absolutely do it. All right, guys, and with that, it's time to call it a day. I am exhausted. It's been nice talking to you guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. God bless, good night, and good luck. Stay nerdy too.